Here we go again. Hopefully not, right? Harrison Graham here, Bears Now coming at you. Report coming in the last 24 hours, some on Wednesday night, some on Thursday, that Bears coaches, players, and ownership essentially not on the same page and not happy. And you're just like, come on, you're 1 week in. How does this happen? This is coming in from DaBearsBlog on this topic. He had kind of a tweet storm here. He said, just caught up with a lot of information. This was late on Wednesday, and bad. They need to win Sunday. Then he followed it up. He said, it's the same old stuff. Ownership angry, coaches defensive, players on edge. We've been here before. Sadly, we have. And then on Thursday, he added this. This is officially one of those weeks. Everybody is angry at every level in the organization. What form will that anger take on the field? And this is just where, like, my instant reaction to this is like, okay, the fans, the outsiders, it's one thing for us to overreact. All the hype, Packers game, and it's a disaster. Yeah, we're going to overreact. But the people in the building cannot. Not this early. You're one game into the second year of a rebuild with this regime. The panic can't be this high. Like, players on edge already? Like, oh my goodness. Like, and I get it. Like, the build-up to this game. Oh, Green Bay lost Aaron Rodgers. Like, this is our time. And, yeah, like, honestly, like, I do have concerns. But that's me. And even if silently that's true in the building, you can't portray it that way. These leaks that come out, and beyond the leaks, like, you just hear how Fields and Flus talked on Wednesday. Like, they're searching for answers. Like, that's not where you want to be right now, right? Like, one game in, we're just panicking. Things are not good. You get blown out after major hype and hope this offseason to your rival, so that sucks. But again, you should be able to press past that in week one. But now you admit basically that you're searching for answers. I don't know, man. Like, I agree with the Bears. Well, like I said it earlier this week, you need a win like you need oxygen in week two. Because if you don't, it is going to be a meltdown in the city of Chicago if this team starts 0-2. And by the way, it has to go to Arrowhead Stadium and take on the Chiefs in week 3. So let me ask you this before I dive deeper into this. Do you believe in this current regime? Poles, Flus, Fields. I'll make it three-pronged. And again, they didn't draft Fields, so if you want to exclude them, you can. Type B for believe or D for don't. Do you believe in this current regime? And I'll add the whole coaching staff in there too. Getsy, Allen Williams. Like, there's a lot of reason to have doubts in this coaching staff that, fair or not, is 3-15 at this point through 18 games. I'll double down here. Sunday's a must-win. I know I said it before week one. I also added the caveat that it's not literally a must-win. Like, it's not like if you lose to the Packers, you can't make the playoffs, or you can't do this, you can't do that. It's one game. But I'm telling you right now, just with the vibe, not only from the fan base. Again, if this is just the fans, that's one thing. The team, the organization, they're professionals. They're supposed to handle business. But they are concerned. That's being reported. That's being said from them themselves, if we're being completely honest. You fall to 0-2, which probably 0-3 when you lose to the Chiefs. This thing could unravel very, very quickly. So let's just take some evidence at pointing fingers this week, right? Well, Justin Fields kind of hinted toward play calling. He didn't flat out say, yeah, I don't like what Luke Getsy called, but he was basically asked, hey, do you have the authority to change plays at the line of scrimmage? And this was his answer. At the end of the day, you got to have trust in your OC. I'm not just going to go up to the line of scrimmage and change the whole play when we've talked about it. We talked about why we're running the play in a certain situation. So basically what I take from that, and whether this is true or not, is, hey, Luke calls the play, you run the play. Now, we saw him change at least the protection on a play. May have changed the whole play. That's a bit unclear when he threw that touchdown to Darnell Mooney. So he at least has some power to do that. But that answer to me is like, hey, like, he's the play caller. I'm just the one running the plays, right? That's how I take it. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. But to me, that's like one of those subtle things like, hey, man, he calls the plays, not me. Like, I don't know what to tell you. So you don't love that. Okay, number 2. Matt Eberflus hints toward the play calling and the quarterback being the reason why the offense struggled. And, hey, you're the head coach. Like, you could just come out and say, yeah, as a team, we didn't play well, we didn't have a great plan, and we didn't execute. We're on to Tampa. Instead, when he was asked about the offense and the passing in particular, he said, "We certainly need to threaten the defense down the field, and we will get that done." He also said later, "We always want Justin to keep his eyes downfield." To me, it's just like, and when he says, "We'll get it done," it's like, it's all about action at this point, right? Like, yeah, we're going to correct this. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Well, I hope so. I mean, it's just hope, though, at this point, right? Like, you're 3-15. I know last year was last year, but you didn't make corrections during the game last week. I saw Green Bay adjust at halftime when the Bears defense was playing pretty well. They made adjustments and hung 3 straight touchdowns on you in the second half to put the game away, and you just didn't. you kept doing what wasn't working. So we'll see if those corrections come. I hope they come. I mean, you would think you would make a lot of corrections and changes between week 1 and week 2 when you get blown out like that. More to come in just a moment, but we appreciate Rocket Money for sponsoring today's show. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that cancels your unwanted subscriptions, unnecessary subscriptions. We're all paying too much money on some of this month-to-month stuff. Like, you know, I like Netflix, I like Hulu, I like some of this stuff, but I had to cancel some of them recently because I realized, holy smokes, I'm spending like $250 per month over the last several months. I got to trim that down. And what Rocket Money will do is they will list all of your subscriptions on one screen, whether you have 1 subscription or 50 subscriptions, and you will be able to see how much per month you're spending or how much annually, etc. And then if you decide, oh, I don't want to use this one anymore, oh, I don't want to use that one anymore, click the cancel button, and they'll either cancel it for you or walk you through the simple steps to get that service canceled rather than dealing with back and forth customer service straight with that company. Rocket Money is there to help facilitate that for all of you. What's cool about Rocket Money as well is it's just a good finance app overall. You can set budgets. You can negotiate to lower your bills. They can find you competitive offers. All you have to do is send a picture of your bill, and they will see what else is available for you. You can save up to 20% per month by doing just that. And also, the average user, over 3 million who use Rocket Money, has saved over $700 per year. Think about what you could do with $700. Vacation. You could go to a couple of Bears games. You could go to a bunch of nice meals. You could start a college fund for your kid. That's what I'm going to do with my $700 for my son. Hey, rocketmoney.com/Bears. Now use our link. That supports us. We greatly appreciate it. To download the app today. That link is in the live chat, the comments, and description of this video. Okay. Claypool getting called out. More finger pointing. Now, he probably deserves it. I mean, they all kind of do, but, like, he especially, it's like, yeah, man, like, dude, anyone with the brain, like, if you didn't know football, like, if an alien came down here right now and watched some of those plays, even they would be like, what's this guy doing on this play? Because when it's a wide receiver screen and you just stand around and get pushed around, it's like, that doesn't look right. Because it's not. It's a lack of effort and technique. Here's Matt Eberflus on Chase Claypool. He said, we already visited about that, talking about the lack of blocking. I think it was maybe Sunday or Monday. But, yeah, again, you guys all saw the plays. And, again, the perimeter blocking needs to improve for all of us. And we're going to get that and work hard to get it done. Again, yeah, we're going to correct it. Well, you better. And if you don't, next time you say we're going to correct it, why would I believe you? Justin Fields even said it after the game. Hey, we got to block better out there. He's clearly talking about Claypool. Now, Tunyon missed one, Kmet missed one, but Claypool's the guy who stood out on tape. He probably deserves it, but still, like, the kind of public bashing, even if it's indirectly after one game, it's still just like, that's when you're down bad. Let's just be honest. DeMarcus Walker. He threw shade at Alan Williams, in my opinion. He didn't use Alan Williams' name, but open locker room yesterday, this quote emerged on the internet, this one from DeMarcus Walker on Aaron Jones' touchdown run. He said, I know exactly what you're talking about. No comment on that one. I know exactly what happened wrong. We just have to be more efficient, we've got to be ready. It's like he was about to say something, I know exactly what happened. He and Yannick Ngakoue were not on the field on that play, by the way. So is that what he's saying? Like, yo, why'd you take the good players out or something like that? But either way, that felt like a little shade, a little jab at Alan Williams, who, by the way, was not at Halas Hall on Thursday due to a personal reason. So hopefully everything's okay with him. We hope the best for Coach Williams, but obviously he and his defense has to be much better. Okay, Luke Getsy blames special teams. Now, you could say I'm over connecting here. I'm trying to connect a dot that doesn't exist, but I don't know if I am. Take a look at this quote. He says, the negative plays are what really crushed us, our momentum, our drives. I agree with that. But then he adds this. I think we had 4 drives that started past the 30, and I think we scored on all 4. The ones behind the 30, even if we got started, we stumbled. It was usually because of a negative play. Why mention the field position? Now, it's a well-known fact, and this is why special teams coordinators push hard for good returners, that if you start past, the 30, better returns, better field position, much higher chance of scoring. That's just probability, and it's proven data in the NFL over decades and decades of time. But why is the offensive coordinator being like, when we start past the 30, we score, right? Yeah, so when special teams helped you, you were able to score, but when they didn't, you just had no chance? Is that what you're saying? Because that's how I'm taking it, right? It's not the offensive coordinator's job to bring in special teams to the discussion. Getsy's job this week, this is all he should have said. My game plan sucked, and this week Justin and I are going to work very hard to put together a better game plan. We're going to get DJ Moore involved. We're going to challenge teams downfield a little bit more, and when we do throw plays on the perimeter, we're going to block better. We're going to do all this stuff. Don't bring in, when we got good field position, we scored on all those drives, so that was good. Who gives a shit? Are you saying your offense stinks and you only scored because the special teams helped you out? It kind of feels that way. So, I don't know. I just feel like it's just there's a lot of finger pointers, a lot of blame. It's look, you all sucked, man. Own it and let's move on to week 2. Why are we still talking about the Packers game? But it is what it is, right? The point of all this is there seems to be a lack of trust, a lack of continuity across the board. And again, I said it earlier and I'll say it again. It's one thing for the fan base, for us, to watch this and be like, what the hell was that? And for us to overreact. It's a totally different thing to get this vibe already from the staff and from the organization. That is not good, guys. And that is why you need to win this game against the Bucs unbelievably bad. It could really go south if you don't. We're going to be here all season long for watch parties, including against the Bucs on Sunday. If you see this thumbnail, that means we are live here on the channel for Bears versus Bucs. We'll be live at 12 Eastern, 11 a.m. Central for a 1 Eastern, 12 o'clock Central game. 1 hour pregame show, full play-by-play action, and then a postgame show as well. Join us. Let's root the Bears on to victory. We got to make this happen. Appreciate that. Subscribe and turn on your notifications. Okay, Colin Cowherd weighed in, and you would kind of just assume that, because he's been down on Fields in the past, he's a YouTube quarterback, yada, yada, yada. He actually went the other way. He blamed the coaching staff for what he saw in week 1 with the offensive failures. Here's what Cowherd had to say. And this is when it comes to the offense. Every time I watch the Bears, it's like, hey, Justin, go save us. Go make a great play. Frenetic, out of control, very reliant on running around. Jordan Love has a great tutor, Matt LaFleur, to teach him what he's looking at. Justin Fields doesn't, and he's on his own. That's a direct shot at Luke Getsy right there, by the way. That's what the Chicago Bears offense looks like. But that's Chicago's history. They've never had a great quarterback. Jordan Love looked comfortable. He didn't look rushed. They had a game plan. He had support. It's calculus, and this last sentence really got me. It's always easier with the tutor. And isn't that true in everything in life? You get better at something faster when you have a good, proven teacher, right? And I'm not saying Luke Getsy doesn't know offensive football. Here's what I am saying, though. He had never called plays in the NFL before the Bears hired him. He had a brief stint in college where he called plays and didn't have that much success, if we're being completely honest, at Mississippi State. You know what Jordan Love fell into? 3 years of sitting behind Aaron Rodgers and Matt LaFleur, who in his 4 years as the Packers head coach and play caller, yeah, it's easy when you have Aaron Rodgers, but still has had a lot of experience on the job. This isn't to say Getsy can't be a good play caller. I don't like what I see, and I have major concerns, but you almost understand what happened, right? I don't even think Jordan Love looked that great. I think the Packers did a good job of making it pretty easy on him, and the Bears' defense didn't help either. Here's the bottom line. Did the Bears use Justin Fields properly in week 1? I think that's a clear no. On 40 of 52 dropbacks, it was a straight drop back with no play action or movement. That's ridiculous for a quarterback with this skill set. Is Fields missing opportunities? Yes, that's true. But put him in better situations and do it more often, because I get it when you look through the film yeah, there's opportunities he's missing. I'm admitting that right here. Justin would admit that. But he's getting way less of those good opportunities with the way they're using him, right? Like Jordan Love got way more easy throws at his disposal. The little Aaron Jones angle route, like that doesn't require any reading. That snap, running back and a linebacker, he puts his foot in the ground, 3-yard throw, 35-yard play. Did Fields have any of those? The receiver screens, but that's not creative. That's not like a misdirection type of play. Think about the Packers' misdirection screen in the second half. Jordan Love's under center, play actions, rolls one way, turns, launches it across the field to Aaron Jones, who has an army of blockers ahead of him. The Bears screen game, snap, flip it out wide, hope the blocks that are out there work. Creativity. Make it easy on the quarterback. Give him a chance to be successful, at least more than you are already. I just, there's things you can do even if you feel Fields is limited in certain areas to make him look better. And by the way, they did it last year. So why did they try to make him a pocket quarterback in week 1? I just don't get it. So what is your confidence level in the Bears winning on Sunday? Scale it from 1 to 10. 1 being you're not confident at all. 10 being you're incredibly confident. You'd be shocked if they lost. 5? Like, I actually do think they should win, but I can't say I'm crazy confident. 4, 5? Hopefully they win, man, because if not, it's going to be a disaster. And be sure to join us for it. Again, we'll be live here on the channel. We'll have videos leading up to kickoff as well. Win, lose, or draw, you're going to get my authentic reaction. I can promise you that. Appreciate all the support.